Simultaneously, we have to maintain the lid hygiene. Seka or Svedana done with that Haridra, Triphala, Darvi, ST and Lodra. Seka with Vibhitaki or Triphala Kashaya. External application of Eranda Taila with that of the tip of the finger. We can just apply and we can leave it for 3 to 4 hours. Or you can apply the Kasi Sadi Taila that we are practicing in the OPD. Then good results are there in the treatment. So these are the few conditions. See, this is the another conditions. 46-year male complaining watering, frothy discharge, foreign body sensation in the lid margin. See, the 40 discharge is there. Just we can see here. So that indicates that here in these conditions we have to advise the patient the proper lid hygiene. Then we have to give the alum and rose water to in the form of drop. Vertical lid massage to be advised to the patient. Then Seka with ST and Darvaridra, Svedana with Haridra, and Nimbadi Gugulu or Kaishwara Gugulu can be advised in these conditions where the myelofibrosis is a chronic condition in certain conditions, or it might be the acute in origin in few of the conditions. Accordingly, we have to plan the treatment in that particular conditions. So just by seeing the image only we can diagnose the condition. It is nothing but the red eye or the conjunctivitis. So different types of the conjunctivitis. A quite natural patient or quite natural, or many of the patients coming with the discharge in the eye or pain in the eye or discharge or with the watering in the eye. No doubt that the patient will not complain the difficulty in the vision in these conditions. So we have to evaluate the patients in different conditions of the conjunctivitis. For example, patients may have suffering with that of the bacterial conjunctivitis, may be suffering with the viral conjunctivitis, may be suffering with that of the keratoconjunctivitis, or maybe the allergic conjunctivitis. In different forms, the conjunctivitis, the discharge of the patient will be the different, presentation of the patient will be the different. On examinations also, the findings will be the different. For example, if the patient suffering with the bacterial conjunctivitis nowadays is very rare, but profuse mucopurulent discharge can be seen. If the patient suffering with that of the viral conjunctivitis or allergic conjunctivitis, discharge is very less. No doubt that the discharge is there. It is watery discharge can be found in that of the allergic conjunctivitis, that is in the viral conjunctivitis. Whereas in the allergic conjunctivitis, discharge is in the form of ropey. When you touch the discharge with your fingers, just like a thread, it will come. That is a ropey discharge. By the condition or the presentation, we can differentiate the different types of the conjunctivitis. If it is in the newborn, then accordingly we can consider it. So these are the different presentations: redness, itching, dark circles. These are the follicles, that is the conjunctival concretions, that is the then the later stage. If conjunctivitis is not treated, then it may leading to the corneal ulcers. So these are the different forms of the papillary, giant papillary conjunctivitis, allergic conjunctivitis having that of the papillae. Predominant stages of the papillae can be seen in the eyelid. So we can consider it as a abhishanda, then we can plan the treatment accordingly. So Seka, because when patient suffering with the abhishanda, then we have to give, or we can plan the Seka, Ashotana, and oral medication, maintenance of the lid hygiene in order to prevent the spread to the other eye, or in order to prevent spread to the others. Avoid exposure to the bright light and give assurance to the patients. That is very effective for treating the abhishanda in general practice. So just we can see about this condition that the 46 years female complaining about bright red patch in the eye since from a day only. So there is no pain at all. There is no difficulty in the vision at all. It is since from yesterday only, or since from the morning it complains. So probable diagnosis is a subconjunctival hemorrhage, because we have to take the proper history of the patient, may be suffering with the bleeding disorders, or may suffering with that of the hypertension, or suffering with the diabetes, or may suffering with the some other vascular disorders in which there is a chance of bleeding from that of the conjunctival vessels. Hence, proper history can help for the diagnosis of the disease. Just this is Arjuna, is subconjunctival hemorrhage. Then we have to plan the treatment as it is a pitta predominant in conditions. No, actually in this condition, treatment is not at all required. Proper assurance to the patient is very essential. Then we can plan if it is required, Seka Ashwatthana, and the oral medications as a preventive or prevention of the further conditions can be advised to the patients. So this is a pinguicula. I think I am crossing the time. Hello? Hello?
No, sir, you can continue, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We can see this is also one of the commonest condition. We can just by seeing the image only, we can guess or we can suspect, we can diagnose. So this is nothing. Patients of 33 years male complaining of mass encroaching, something growth is there, doctor, but there is no problem for me. Just patients comes with us. So immediately when patients comes, no, if something growth is there, then we have to go for the operative procedures. No, it is not required until and unless it is inflammatory in origin. Until and unless it encroaches the cornea and pupillary area, treatment is not required at all. But it is a need to treat this condition for the further growth or to arrest the further growth. The treatment should be planned. So we can consider the ARMA. Different forms of ARMA are explained in that of the Shalakya Tantra. So here no specific treatment is required unless it encroaching the pupillary region. Seka, Trifla, Darvi, ST, if it is inflammatory in origin, if it inflamed teresium is there, we can plan it. Lekana Anjana, like Elnira Kujambu, or the Saindavadi Anjana, or the Chandrodaya Varti, these are having the Lekana properties, can be utilized for the development of the further growth. We can arrest by utilizing these. Or Pratisarana with Sveta Maricha, Saindava Madhu. If it is not, then if it is encroaching to that of the pupillary area, then excision is advisable in order to prevent the other complications. So just you can see here the patient's trauma due to fall from that of the stairs. So this is a day 1. Patient has a history fall from that of the stairs. It's a day 1. So what will be the management for this? If it is a Abhighataja Vrana is there, or it is that of the Netra, then we have to do the Seka with Daru Haridra, ST, then Danyaka, Chincha Haridra Vagundana, Vidalaka, then Amritarishta for the oral administration, having the Pitta Shamaka property, or any drugs having Pitta Shamaka property, we can do it. So it's a procedure in the 2nd day. In the 3rd day, the patient reoccurs, or the swelling is disappears. So by this, we can some extent also in the OPD level, we can practice the ophthalmic disorders. So this is quite natural. Is the refractive errors. Refractive errors is very common. Patients comes with the clinic. First question, doctor, I am having the number of 5. Can you treat? Can you remove the spect? Is the first question to the patient is removal of the spectacle in terms of the patient suffering with the refractive errors. As we all know, the refractive errors are of might be the myopia or the hypermetropia or the astigmatism. These are the different conditions in which the parallel ray of light coming from the infinity is focused in front of the retina, behind the retina, or it may form the different focal lines in the different meridia of the retina, respectively called as myopia, hypermetropia, or the astigmatism. So when patients comes with the myopia, hypermetropia, difficulty of the distance vision is a main complaint, but in these conditions, we have to differently classify the etiology responsible for the manifestation of the myopia, hypermetropia, or the astigmatism might be there in the level of the cornea, or it might be there in the level of the lens. So we have to evaluate the patient properly, or it might be the level in the level of the anterior chamber also. So that is why accordingly, it patient may have the simple myopia, or compound myopia, or pathological myopia. Like that, patient may having the simple astigmatism, or some are maybe the astigmatism, retinal astigmatism, or astigmatism associated with that of the cornea, astigmatism associated with the changes in the lens. That we have to evaluate properly just by seeing the taking the visual acuity. If it is corrected, then simple myopia of up to 6 diopter, just we correct it. then simple myopia. If it is not possible to correct, it might be the astigmatism or hypermetropia, change the lens. Accordingly, we have to correct, then we have to plan the treatment. So if we have planned the treatment, we cannot assure the patient that we can treat or we can remove the spectacle of the patient. We can assure to the patient that the further growth of that number or the further recurrence of that number, that is increasing the number, can be somewhat it is sluggish or somewhat it can be prevented to some extent, depending upon the nature of that of the growth in that of the patient's eye. Because if the patient is new, to some extent, or we can provide the relief. If patient is already old, or 40 years old, or 40 to 50 years old, having the myopia along with hypermetropia, then we can't reassure. If pathological myopia is there, of around 10 to 15 number is there, patients comes, that doctor, can we remove the spect? It is not possible to remove the spect there, because in the pathological myopia, there is a degeneration of the retina. As we know that the anterior posterior diameter of the eyeball is changing. There is increasing in the anterior posterior diameter of the eyeball in that of the myopia. As there is a change in that of the anterior posterior diameter of the eyeball is increasing, there is a stretching of the retina. As the retina is stretching, along with that, the blood vessels are also stretching. The choroid is also stretching. Like that, that may leading to the ischemia, because that ischemia ultimately leading to the degeneration in the retina. The degenerative changes will be there, and to some extent you can bear the weight. After that, it is not possible to bear the maximum increased length. That time ultimately patient may go into the retinal detachment. So in these conditions, we cannot reassure to the patient about the removal of the spectacle, but we can assure that the complications to some extent we can prevent it by planning the treatment, by assessing the predominance of the doshas. In that conditions, we can plan the tarpana with Jivantyadikrita, eye exercises, balanced diet, and Nasya Karma can be planned in that of the refractive error. So these are the different types of the corneal opacities, because in the corneal opacity also there is no proper treatment in that of the conventional medicine. Instead of replacing the cornea, keratoplasty is a choice of treatment there if it is a corneal is opaque in nature. So here, depending upon the location, that means the nebula, macula, or the locomatous conditions are there, depending upon the involvement of the different layers of the cornea, we can plan the treatment that the Pipitaki Phalamajja can be given in the form of Anjana, then Kardura Bija with the milk, Chandrodayavarti, because Lekana Anjana we can given the Lekana Anjana. Just by seeing this condition, we can think that the shape of the cornea is changed. Shape of the cornea is changed. So we can change here that it might be the shape is like the cone. We can see, just you can draw the lines, that is a cone shape. Then you can say it as a keratoconus. Patients comes with the blurred vision and distortion of the vision. So diagnosis is a keratoconus. So in this keratoconus, you can consider it as a rasa and raktagata vata, because cornea is close contact with the tear film in the front. Back side, it is close contact with that of the aqueous fluid. Rasa and rakta can be taken, rasashrita and rakta. Rasa means rasashrita patala. So we can consider here rasa and rakta shamaka chikitsa, that is the rasa dosha and rakta dosha. Here we can treat it. So treatment of the underlying cause should be done. It might be associated in certain conditions with that of the conjunctivitis. That vernal keratoconjunctivitis are usually conditions in which the shape of the cornea in the later stage may be changed. So we can to treat accordingly. So we can plan the Virechana or Shirodhara, Tarpana with Jivantyadikrita or Shetavaradhikrita, patching the eyeball with the Shikrutva and butter, Saptamrita Loha, etc. Depending, all these medicine cannot be given to the single patient. So we have to assess the patient. Accordingly, we can plan the treatment. So it's very common in the patients comes with the difficulty in the vision of an age 56 years. Just by the torchlight examination, we can assess that patient is suffering with that of the cataract. So no doubt that just by seeing the color of the pupil, we can say that patient is suffering with the cataract, because its normal color is not there, because brownish, grayish, whitish, milky white, these all are the abnormal color of the pupil. Because if it is a like that, no doubt that by seeing the color, we can reflect the, that is nature of the lens is reflected in that of the color of the pupil. Hence, we can, immature cataract is there. The Anjana Kalpas are very effective for the further prevention. If it is mature stage, we can't do anything. We have to give or advise patient for the surgery. And along with these Anjanas, we can also advise the oral medicine according to the dosha, dusha, visheshan, or vivechana of dosha, dusha is necessary for planning that particular treatment. So these are the different types of the cataract we can see in the patients. So another 50 years old patients, see, you can just see the patient's complaints with the no pain at all. Hello? At all. So this is a normal fundus. You can see the normal fundus, that is abnormal fundus. When the optic cupping is increased, here optic cupping is normal. So we can consider it as a adimanta or glaucoma. Glaucoma are of different types of glaucoma is there. The plan of treatment will be differ according to the different stages or according to the predominance of the doshas. Hence, in these conditions, monitoring of the IOP is very essential. Then monitoring of the field of the vision is very essential. Then analysis of the retinal nerve fibers is also very essential. Then Sekar, Trifala and ST, Virechana Karma, Shirodhara, then Siravida and Jalokava Charna can be helped to the patient. But it is absolutely, I can't say that these modalities are effective for controlling the intraocular pressure, but we should prevent the further damage in the retina by these modalities. But the conventional system of medicine is to be needed to continue for the patient. So this is in short, I think as best of my level, I had presented in front of you. This is only the refreshment of the knowledge. You know all these things. Nothing is new for you. But I try my level best to rememorize the things for the again for in the practice. So lastly, I acknowledge to the director, All India Institute of Ayurveda, for giving the permission to participate in this webinar. Then Principal Ayurveda College Coimbatore for providing an opportunity to share my views in front of you all dignitaries, and HOD Salakya, All India Institute of Ayurveda, Professor Manjusha Rajgopal, for your support in the encouragement for presentations of presentations in such a webinars, and Team Shalakya and HOD Ayurveda College Coimbatore for nice organizing this webinar and spreading the knowledge of Shalakya throughout the Shalakya fraternity and throughout the India. And for the lastly not but least to the Diksha e-learning platform for providing this opportunity and sharing this knowledge throughout the India. Thank you one and all. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for adding a feather to our hat, and it was undoubtedly an eye-opening session. Sir, shall we go ahead to the question and answer session, sir?
Sure. If time allows, then definitely we can move it.
Yes, sir.
Your time allows. For me, no problem. I think you have another session.
No problem, sir.
Okay, then definitely we can discuss.
Okay, sir.
I think in this session, senior faculty members of Shalakis are also there. I think so. Dr. Pundarika Akshar. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yeah,
I am
there,
not
there.
able to see the participants. Is there any senior faculty members of Chalakyas are there? Because if satisfactory answers are not there by me, then they can share their views. And you also one among us them.
Definitely. Yeah, it's okay, sir. No problem.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We can discuss. Take the question.
Yes.
Sir, what will be the Ayurvedic correlation to diabetic retinopathy, and what will be the management plan?
So, for this question, separate session is required. Separate 1 hour. Anyhow, in short, so in diabetic retinopathy, treatment plan will be different predominancy of the doshas. See, in the diabetic retinopathy, the stages will be the 4. In the early stage, no treatment is required, but for the prevention of the further damage in the retina, where it is related to the vessel only. There is no degenerative changes are there in the retina. There is no clumps of hemorrhages are there in the retina, but it is an early stage. It is related to the vascular changes. We first know that it is a vascular changes. Pitta predominant dosha is there. Pitta Shamaka treatment can be planned in the early stage. So Pitta Shamaka treatment might be with that of the Pitta Shamaka dravya. Seka, Ashotana, then Murda Taila can be planned in the early stage. When it goes to the later stage, so it may obstruction of the vessels will be there. When obstruction of the vessels are there in the retinal conditions or in the retinal obstruction is there, no doubt that it is a kapha predominancy is there. Vascular changes in the early stage, there is a pitta predominancy is there. In the later stage, there is a obstruction of the blood vessels is there. Due to that of the bleeding in that of the blood vessels, obstruction is there. We have to remove the obstruction. Whenever we comes with that of the obstructive changes, then the kapha predominancy will be there. We have to plan the kapha shamaka chikitsa in that stage. Along with the kapha shamaka chikitsa, in the later stage, the profuse damage of the retina is there. That is the nerve cells of the retina is started to damage. Later stage, vata is there. So, in the later stage, vata, pitta and kapha shamaka chikitsa will be planned according to the conditions. So, here in the diabetic retinopathy, anjanas are effective. Not only the anjanas, according to the predominance of dosha, we can select the modality of the treatment.
Thank you, sir.
GG.
Next question. Sir, if a 46 years female patient who is non-hypertensive, non-diabetic, suffering from subconjunctival hemorrhage once or twice a year, what will be the diagnosis and treatment? She is a case of hypothyroidism also.
Hypothyroidism. Achha, known patient of hypothyroidism.
Hypothyroidism.
So here the plan of the patient is 40 years old, no patient, no hypertension, no diabetes, and there is no any history of the trauma, but once a year or twice there is a subconjunctival hemorrhage is there. So Nidana Parivarjana, as per my opinion, is a maintenance of the hypothyroid. It might be related with the thyroid disorders, because in thyroid disorders, vascular changes are very rare. In thyroid disorders, as per my personal opinion or experience in the clinical practice of Shalakya-tantra, vascular changes, that is subconjunctival hemorrhage, is very rare. But as a ocular tissue, Pitta Shamaka Chikitsa only we can plan here, as we have discussed. It's my opinion.
Thank you, sir. Which Panchakarma should do for the eye diseases and when?
So Panchakarma specialist, if it is there in the webinar, they can share it. But Panchakarma treatment, as per my experience is concerned, we are not administered the Vamana to the patients, but we used to practice Virechana, Nasya, Shirodhara, Murda Taila, means Murda Taila, Basti we can treatment. For example, you can take the patient suffering with that of the keratoconus. So keratoconus, there is a change, structural changes in that of the cornea. Structural changes in the cornea is predominantly with the Vata predominant doshas, because it is directly exposed to the external environment, and the rays of light which are falling on the cornea is Vata. That is, light is nothing but it is Vata oriented. Keratoconus changes are there. We can do the Basti Karma. We used to plan Triphala Matra Basti to the patient. Matra Basti used to plan to the patient. And Murda Taila, that is Siro Basti, we can plan, or we can plan to the patient Nasya also. First we have to plan the Nasya, then after that concurrently, according to the situation, according to the availability, we can plan these Panchakarmas. Or you can take the refractive errors, there also we can plan the Panchakarmas. You can take the uveitis, there also we are planning the Panchakarmas. Chakshusha Bastis are been explained. According to the conditions, we can plan the Panchakarma. This is my opinion.
Okay, sir. Next question. Why Tailadhara given in refractive error? How is mode of action?
Thailadhara, as per my opinion, is considered Thailadhara. We are not giving in the refractive errors because Thaila is contraindicated. Thaila is achakshusha as it is explained. But in refractive errors, we are not usually give the Thailadhara. I don't have any experience with the Thailadhara. Dhara we had not advised. Usually in the refractive errors, Murda, Thaila, we used to do it. So it is no doubt that it is Thaila. But directly on that netra, we are not advising. So Kshira Bala Taila, we are using in the form of Murda Taila, Kshira and Bala, is Chakshusha, Balya and Rasayana. So that is why we can use it. So Vata predominantly, Vata Shamaka dosha is there, hence we can do it there in the form of Murda Taila. But we have not experienced with that of the Taila Dara in the refractive errors. Any specialist is having experience with the Tailadhara, they can share their views.
Next question, sir. What is Ayurveda line of treatment in optic nerve tumor, and due to this disease, if there is a strabismus?
So optic nerve tumor, I don't have much an experience in this optic nerve tumor. I had not gone through this optic nerve tumor, madam. Retinoblastoma, optic nerve tumor, like these conditions, till I had not experienced in these conditions. But we can plan if it is, we can give reassurance to the patient, but I don't have any experience in the optic nerve tumors, retinoblastoma, malignant conditions. I had not such an experience. Please.
Okay, sir. That's all, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your patient answering, sir. Now, I request Dr. Adarsh Verma R, Assistant Professor, Department of Shalakya Tantra Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Namaste. I, on behalf of Ayurveda College and the entire team Samsiddhi, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Narayan sir for sharing your valuable thoughts on the topic. In Netra Raksha Prakaranam, Acharya is mentioning like that, Munina Nimeno Ubadishtamedat Paramam Vekshanam Ikshanasya Bhumsa. Like that, if we follow what all are the topic which is mentioned by Narayan sir, we can practice the common ocular disorders in a general practice. In future also, we are expecting your valuable support, and your presence is always a grace to us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your kind attention, participants. I guess it's time for a short break, and I request everyone to not leave the meeting and stay connected online. We'll be resuming on 6:30 sharp for another valuable session by Dr. Bharati Kumaramangalam ma'am on practical aspects of Utravasti in gynecological disorders. Thank you.